Hi everybody. So I'm coming on tonight to do a project share with you. Now, I have two little things to show you, but I need to. I should have got them out ready, shouldn't I? Right. Okay. So this is for Shaz's challenge. Shaz is hosting a bag challenge, and all she asked was for you, for anybody to decorate. Now it could be, I'm using these for example, but you could decorate one of these, alter one of these. It could be an organza bag. She didn't say specifically what size. It was just to alter a few bags. You could have done one, you could have done more than one, but needless to say, I've done two. So I'm going to show you the first one I've done. Now this one was actually made out of a tea bag. It was made out of, I'm going to try and see if I can find one now. It was made out of one of these, just a tea bag thing. I had these ones given to me from Linda. Hi Linda. So I've decided that I wanted to make a bag. Now I wanted it almost like vintage looking, but I wanted to use the colours from the button. That's the colours that I came from. So I'll show you what the lace is. The lace on the back that you see on the back and the front, I actually dyed myself with some fabric paint called buttermilk, and it came out almost like a yellow colour, like a lemon, and it was really pretty. So I've put that on it, and this is all done with high-tack fabric glue. I didn't hot glue nothing with this one at all, and I sewed the button on, and the button's actually hooked on with a piece of the same piece of ribbon that I had in my little basket next to me, and I've put on one of these keys. Now I love keys. Keys are one of my things that I love. This key came from Deja, and it's got an E on there if you hold it that way. But needless to say, I wanted to put it on there for a bit of a dangle. Now it does hold, the actual handle is quite long. It is quite long, but what I thought was Shaz could hang it up in a room and have the key sort of handling down to one side, which is why I did it so long. The top bit, I've just cut out a piece of vintage wedding applique that I had from Sharon. I'm using it quite sparingly, so I attached that. The bottom bit, I had an image on some that was already done for me, and again I had these flowers and the stems I had in my stash, but the flower I had from Linda. These are pieces of fabric I've just put behind. It's a bit of cheesecloth, bit of tulle, some doily trim, and I have put this. I wasn't sure whether to finish it off with a bit of beading, but I quite like it. As time's gone by, I quite like the idea of it not having an edge of beading or anything like that. Yeah, so that's what I've done there. I'm like debating on whether to put an edge of beading. I might still do it yet. So like I say, I attached a button and it's hooked on with a piece of this trim. Now this trim is quite thin, so what I did with a bit of wedding applique, I cut the actual embroidered bit section out and I glued it to the top bit. Now the top bit, as you can see on a tea bag, there isn't a top bit, it's just a drawstring, and that's the end of that. The top bit's actually made out of fabric, and I've hand stitched, I don't know whether you can see the stitches, hand stitched it on so it's not going anywhere. And then inside, I leave for Shaz to show you what's inside. I leave that as a little surprise for her. But I wanted to put this video up for you guys and Shaz to know how I made it. So that's the first bag, that's how I've made it. And the more I keep looking at that, the more I think, oh, shall I add beading? Shan't I? So the next one was inspired by Maggie. I saw Maggie make some embellishments. She used the image and she worked with like little snippets. Now this looks quite full and chunky, but I've only used snippets to do it. I watched Maggie's video, and I think she did it today, where she was making embellishments. Now I took that idea, but I dyed some of the laces that are on there. Like I've dyed these, that one there, and then these with my watercolor sprays, and I've just tucked them underneath, and every now and then there's like a little wedding applique peeping through. At the back there's wedding appliques. See, it's all on the back. At the bottom, because it looks quite like I've used quite a lot of laces, and it's literally all snippets, I promise you. The image I had from Siobhan, hi Siobhan, and she sent them over via an email, and I absolutely love these images, so had to use one on this bag. And then the eyelash trim was been in my little stash for ages, and I thought it was about time that I used it, so I've put some on the bottom there. And then on the back, I've sort of followed through what's on the front. I've put a bit of beading at the top. The actual fabric that's on this bag, which is one of these, that's what it is, it's one of these bags. The fabric that's on it, it's vintage, it's actual vintage fabric. It's got given to me by Sharon. Hi Sharon. And I used it quite sparingly, and I put it and wrapped it around to give it that more vintage feel. And I love this bag, and I'm going to be making some more up, I think, quite soon. And then again with the back, with just little snippets, I tucked them under. I coloured these little leaves that were on like a real long strip, and I coloured them using my water-based colours. And I just tucked them under. I used a wedding applique, vintage wedding applique, the Sharon yet again give it to me. And this is all from like the same piece. These pieces Shirley gave to me. Hi Shirley. So I've sort of used my little bits and pieces, and I am making some more. The eyelash trim you can see at the bottom. And then I'm not going to show you what's inside because that's for Shaz, a bit of a surprise. But on the edge, I've placed a little button. Now, it was a button that I had in a kit that I bought off Sierra. And I just thought for a bit of sparkle, it goes quite nice. And it does close. It does close. And you can hang it up if you wish to, Shaz. But I absolutely loved it. So those are my two bags. I am in love with them, and I'm like really debating on whether to put some beading around that edge. But I wanted to show you guys my two project shares. I hope you really enjoyed it. Please pop some comments and leave some comments down below. I am reading them all, and if any of you haven't catched my recent video, there is a challenge going on at the moment. You have to comment under that video, unfortunately, to take part, because it just makes it easier on me to find out who's taking part and who's just spreading me the love. So thank you very much for everybody that's doing that. So I just wanted to come on and quickly give you some project shares and some things I've been up to quite recently. So thank you all for watching. Take care, and I will speak to you then. Bye for now, ladies. Bye.